Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday morning. I've got the camera round a different way again, so I'm not quite sure where I'm looking there. There's a lot I want to say about the Quiverful movement, and not least about mind control of the children in that movement, how they are expected to fulfil the demands and expectations of the parents. That's something to come back to, and I think it's important to recognise that people who choose to have that many children are very selfish. They're very selfish in that they are spread more thinly with the children in the family. They're very selfish in that the world is facing a population explosion where there's a dearth of water, a dearth of food, a dearth of everything that's needed to sustain life. And yet these people will insist on having 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 children, 22 children in the case of the Radfords. And it's very selfish, and I've got hair in my lip. I'll come back to that in my next few videos. But this is what I wanted you to think about. You. Just you. Yourself. And those closest to you. What has been going on the past 15 months? I believe it was in March 2020 that the first lockdown began. So it's 15 months. And can you believe that for those 15 months we've hardly been living, have we? We've been existing in a bubble, in a controlled bubble, controlled by fear. You've been controlled by fear. Your family's been controlled by fear. And it isn't just that bubble here. It's a global bubble. It's as though there was a great big umbrella over the globe being injected with this virus. We've all, not just in our locality, not just in our particular country, but globally, been infected by this virus called fear. But the virus itself that they're talking about, we know little about it. We don't really know its inception, how it started. We don't know where it's going to end. Has it been wildly exaggerated for some sinister purpose that we don't yet know the reason for? And what's going to happen in the winter? You know, it's now June, summertime, kids will be breaking up from school, parents will be, if they've ever gone back to work, will be breaking up from work to, you know, are they going to be able to go on holiday? Are they going to be able to do anything really? You know, everything about our life has been controlled, and would you have believed it 2 years ago if somebody had said to you that everything's going to go into shutdown? Oh God, excuse me, I think it's stuck on my lipstick. That everything's going to go into shutdown globally, that everyone is going to succumb to this virus called fear because of a virus that we know nothing about. There is a pandemic. The pandemic is called fear. And we're all victim to it. You can't be inoculated against it. It's part of life. From the day we were born, from the day we could understand, we were taught to fear. We were taught to fear for our own good. Don't go near that light socket. Don't do this. Don't do that. But this, the reason for this fear, we know nothing of, do we? We don't know coronavirus. It's been around for a long time. The SARS virus, it's been around for a long time. What's so different about this one? What's so different? What is it coinciding with? What is going to unravel as we move forward? What, in say 50 years' time, is the next generation or the next generation going to look back and say, can you believe that globally everybody succumbed to the virus called fear? That's the real virus. That's the real danger that is preventing us from living our lives. I'm not saying COVID doesn't exist, it does. What I am saying is that we're not being told everything. We are being told that we must fear. You must fear the unknown. We don't know anything about it, but you've got to have this jab that's not going to be approved till 2023 officially, but you must have it now. There's a meeting in the UK that's been convened in Cornwall that Boris Johnson will be going to, where part of his speech is going to be that we want to, by 2022, I think it is, to have the whole of the planet vaccinated. Think about that. Every human being vaccinated. It's not going to stop you from getting the virus. It's not going to stop you passing the virus to others. What it will do, they are saying, is it will prevent the virus from infecting you that badly that you might die. But if we're going to have this inoculation, this vaccination, do you not feel that you've got a right to know exactly what it is that's going into your body? If they've got a vaccination, they've obviously ascertained what the virus is in order to replicate it, to inject you with it. And if they know what the virus is, follow the money. How did it start? When did it start? Who is responsible? What's likely to happen? What happens if the majority of people don't want the vaccination? What happens then? It's all about fear. Fear. Fear the unknown. Fear. But we're not going to tell you everything. Fear the virus. But we're not going to tell you how this virus differs from every other virus. We're not going to explain to you why there's no more flu, why there's no more common colds. if you contract something, it's likely to be on your death certificate. Died from COVID-19. We have a right to know. We have a right to know what it is exactly that we should be fearing. A right to know what exactly is being injected into our bodies and how it will work and what will happen if we refuse the inoculation. We are entitled to know. Our body is a temple of the soul. I often say that the God spark resides within us. Therefore, why would we want to inject something into our bodies that's a poison if it isn't necessary? If you've had the inoculation already, that's fine. You know, my boys have had it, and my eldest son has been ill since, and it's been weeks. He hasn't felt well. He's felt tired and listless. Feverish. What is it that we must fear so much that we have to prepare ourselves against it to the extent of having these jabs in our arms? What is it? I want to know. Don't you? I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.